Hi, welcome to the Music City Writers Room. I'm Scott Barrier and my co-host John Jameson over there.
Hello, hello. We have Jericho as well.
Hello.
And we have some lovely guests tonight. And starting way over here with Zoe Miles.
Hello, how's it going? I went to go like this, but it just ended up being in front of my face. We're not going to talk about it. It's fine.
Well, you talked about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now we're talking about it.
Talked about what?
She went to make...
You
did
great, sweetie.
Was it a love song?
It was this thing. It was like the hee-hee. But anyways, Olivia Gunn.
Okay, yes. Olivia Gunn.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome.
And...
Dave Linehan.
Let's go.
Dave Linehan.
Who should have had a
Peace
career
out.
in radio. Wait, you did have a career in radio. Yes.
There we go.
Oh, well, there you go. Audience seems to like that. Yeah.
I was so scared I was pressing that button.
Wait, that's a
I
comment.
had to go for it.
It's got all the sound effects and everything. That's cool.
I want one. Sorry you got that sound effect. I don't, I think
Sorry.
that was just
It was not for you. It was, yeah.
It's always for Scott. Anytime you hear that, it's always for Scott.
I don't know about that. I've been personally victimized by that button before.
Well, multiple times. And I have, and when that happens, I make the face.
It was deserved, though.
I thought I was Davy Downer there for a second. Yeah.
His rapper name.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Davy Downer.
Wow.
Davy
Ooh.
Downer. Hey, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's
well,
pretty cool. I'll take 1% of profit. Thank you.
You got it.
So Radio Voice, you were doing a
did.
podcast earlier this week, right?
Yeah, I was actually doing one today, recording one today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd
Tell
that go?
us about your podcast.
It went really well.
Yes. What's it called?
It's called Songwriter Connection. This guy's been on it a couple times.
About 5 times, 6 times.
Has it
Wow,
been that
all
long?
right.
Well,
All right.
You've co-hosted a few times.
That's what I was going to say. I feel very privileged that I got to be able to be a co-host on there. I always feel very honored.
And you were there as a solo artist and writer, and you were there with your band, the Mighty Trainwrecks.
The Mighty Trainwrecks.
That was
Yes,
a
we were
fun
recently on there.
podcast.
Yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah.
Those are cool dudes.
So, yeah, Songwriter Connection. It's out there on every platform. And as of this morning, we were at 2,100,000 streams.
Wow.
Amazing. That's amazing.
He's famous, y'all.
Yeah.
Watch
There's a little applause there. That's really awesome.
And now you're here blessing our
Oh, man.
infant podcast.
Yeah.
We're like baby podcast.
gonna say
I can't get enough of podcast, guy. I'm so proud of you guys. This is so cool. And I am proud to be here. Honored to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We will take all the tips on running a podcast, please. See us afterwards.
Yeah, at least
I'm a
you're
songwriter like y'all, right? So you know how that goes. We got nothing. No. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sure there's some good advice you could give to us on what we could do better with this thing.
Do you know what number episode
I was talking
you're on?
money.
Yeah.
Today we recorded.
Oh, I thought you meant hours.
No.
Hours.
We,
we're lucky 13 tonight for us. So
Yeah,
lucky
13.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I love that
That's
number.
awesome. I put 250. The 215th one was today.
Wow.
I think we're streaming 2007 right now.
Oh my
with
God.
Kirsty Krause, who is really big in the
I love
trop scene.
Kirsty.
She was here.
so
She was
good.
here
She's
like
here.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
She's
she
sweet.
was-
She's
Yeah,
something
she's
else.
awesome.
Yeah.
Love. Wow.
Yeah, but we've been really fortunate to have some really big writers too, like James House, who wrote a lot of big hits like "Broken Wing" and stuff.
Wow.
He had a great
Wow.
country career himself, and most recently we had Tom Douglas, which is one of my favorite interviews. He's the guy that wrote "The House That Built Me"
Wow.
and lots of other big
iconic.
songs. So yeah, so it's been fun. It's been really a labor of love.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's so cool.
Now, before that, how many years were you in radio in Ohio?
See, I did 10 years in Cleveland and 25 in Cincinnati, and I'm still going. So I always tell people
That's
it's
where I
like,
moved from
where?
before I was here.
Cincinnati.
I was in Cincinnati. Yeah.
Whereabouts?
I was in Reading, so kind of north, little north.
No, I know Reading for sure.
Yeah.
I was in Eastgate area
Okay,
with a
cool.
Batavia address. I was in
Yeah.
Batavia.
Oh my God,
East
y'all
side.
were
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just
No,
like,
that's
whoa,
okay.
hi.
We got that in common.
Yeah.
I didn't
Not a
realize.
clue. Not a clue.
Well, how long have you been here?
I've been here 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, October of 21, I think is when I moved here.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Well, what about you? How long have you been here?
It is going to be 11 years.
Awesome.
Wow.
In fact, the end of this month.
Didn't even know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable. No, end of June. Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That's so cool.
It goes by so fast. Was it the
Yeah.
best movie
Yeah.
you ever made? For me, it was. I love it.
Honestly, yeah. I came here with zero plan.
Did you?
Like no plan at all. I just knew that I wanted to make music.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah. When I was in Cincinnati, I was a career DJ, and I did that for like 4 years. So I did like weddings, bar mitzvahs.
Wow.
She's the coolest person ever.
Okay, do you know
okay.
DJ Toad? That was my Toad
DJ
Productions.
Toad.
Yes.
That was
I
you?
love
He
that.
was so cool. Well, he is so cool currently.
I didn't know. Julie Jameson, who does a lot of that. Did you know
That
her?
sounds
DJ
familiar.
Julie?
I don't.
Julie J? No?
I don't know. Maybe if I saw her, it sounds familiar. But
I worked with her at B105 radio back in the day. And,
so, do you know Grover?
oh, yeah.
Grover is my long-term boyfriend's dad.
Stop.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Stop.
No.
This is everything.
Wow.
What are the
Yeah, we go way
odds?
back. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love him and Holly, his lovely
Yeah.
wife. And
Oh my
Of
God.
course.
beautiful. Yeah.
It was meant to be.
Well, I guess
That's
we have a lot to
crazy.
talk
Yeah,
about
That's
later.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is that is amazing. Well, it's a
Small world.
It is.
Well, this
yeah.
town, Nashville. That's the thing about Nashville is it's a small, big community. So you end up eventually kind of
Things like
crossing
this
paths
happen.
with everybody almost.
Everyone
at
knows
some point.
everyone. Yeah.
Just about. And if you don't, you know of them.
Yeah.
And they know of you.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Either
Like, I know
good things
earlier I
or
was
bad
gonna say,
things,
yeah.
whatever those things
You're
are.
telling me.
Very good. Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Jericho. I'd heard of Jericho so long before I ever met her. I'm like, oh, you're Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm
She's
so
great.
honored.
I've known you like through Scott in the group and stuff. We just haven't met.
Yeah, this is the first time, but we've been
Yes.
on Zooms
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So crazy. Yeah.
Then
The
I saw
internet
you
world.
play at the local and heard her sing, and I'm like, wow, I get it now.
Period.
She's good.
Aw,
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yes, ma'am.
That is so sweet.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's a keeper as far as the whole songwriting thing goes. Yes.
And this guy, I saw him at the local. Was it last week?
It was
Yeah.
Do you have a little
Debut.
passion when you sing or what? I
It
mean,
was my first time
Yeah.
ever at the local.
Sure
Yeah.
debut.
killed it.
Yeah.
You
It's fun.
killed it.
Ah,
Yeah, we had a
thanks,
good
thanks.
time.
That was really fun. It was,
Yeah.
it was great. Like this whole, I've just been writing country music for 6 months, so
Yeah.
it's
So
been
cool.
Are you kidding?
kind of a fun, unexpected kind of twist with things that have happened. And I love Nashville now. I've been here for about 3 years, and
Oh, yeah.
actually I moved here like 2 months after you.
Okay,
I think.
cool.
Yeah, December 21.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but it's funny because you were saying you kind of earlier you were talking about how you just kind of came here and just wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah.
Did you imagine you'd be like all this?
Nope.
Like podcasts?
But that's the
You know?
thing I love about life is full of really cool things that if you're open to where life can take you, I think that whatever your life's purpose is, one thing that I feel like I've been able to do is listen to that voice, that intuition that tells me this is the place I need to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if I don't know exactly where it's going to lead. So
Yeah.
that's, I've lived, I feel, an interesting life in large part because of that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in exactly the place I'm supposed to be, which is right here on this couch,
love that.
hanging out with y'all.
So cool.
it's
Dude,
great.
intuition's everything, man.
Yeah.
Just follow
I
that, and here
agree.
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
And the word yes is a magical word.
That's
It
a big
is.
one.
Yes.
That's a big
Yeah,
one.
we had a
You know,
guest earlier this year who came in and said that she was the entire year she was just going to say yes to everything, or maybe it was like that was a mantra that she had in a previous year, or something like that. Yeah, musically.
Right.
Yes, we joked about that. There's some things you obviously
musically.
don't want to say yes to, but
Don't do drugs.
absolutely.
you know, but I mean that was what we reached for. That was like that's the cheap joke, right? Like crack, say no to crack.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Say no
That's
to
an
crack.
easy one.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah.
offers you it
It's
on
like
the
in
street,
Pitch
say
Perfect.
no.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Sometimes
Okay,
I think
we're
I should do
in
crack
reach.
cocaine, and I think better than that. You know?
Or Delta 8 gummies. If somebody offers you Delta 8, somebody offers you Delta 8 gummies, don't do it.
That was a conversation before we went on
Yeah,
the air.
it was. It's seeping
The
into-
lore.
it's-
Okay,
it's
but
getting
like
in.
we got to talk about this. So there's this place called the Holistic Connection.
Oh, I know.
I've heard
Is
you-
that
have I
the
told you
weed
about
coffee
this?
place?
Yeah,
Never
there's like
been.
a
Yeah.
bud tender. That's what they're called. And you go sit at this little round bar. Not that I have ever done this if my mother is listening, but I've heard on the street that people on the street out there.
On the street. I love it.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge.
Rumors.
Yeah, rumors.
Cartel.
They give you these like I don't even know what you would call them, but they look like really weird like vape pens, but they're
Okay.
for your bud tender
Like a
gives you
hookah or
them. They like
something, or
no, it's like
The vapor.
what would you even call it?
Is it like a
kind of-
pod? Like a single serve kind of?
Kind of like the only thing I can think of that it looks like is if you've ever gone to the chiropractor and they do those like shocks. Have you ever
Oh,
used
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those?
No.
I don't
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
This kind of seems like I have to be there.
Yeah.
You kind of got to be
Gotta
there to
experience
understand it.
it.
But anyway, they give you
Google
this
it.
like really thick like vape thing that and they clean it for you and
Oh.
you just like
Jeez.
sit there and
Glad they clean
you
Yeah.
Sanitation. Well, in between people, and you just smoke with the bud tender.
They
and
don't
it's
do
like,
Bud tender. I
it's
love it.
a
Look at the
thing,
bud
yeah.
tender, yeah.
Well, you have like
Alright.
your own personal one.
I've
you
always
know.
seen that, but never knew what it was.
Same.
So thank you.
Yeah,
for
it's got like an
filling me in.
eye. There's like an
Yeah.
eye with it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen there's a
Wow.
couple
there's
of them
an eye.
around
That's
town.
their symbol.
There's an eye like they're always watching you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the
Oh.
great
They're always
place to get
watching you
high.
with weed.
There's
Yes.
a fire. There's a
There's-
fire breakfast place across the street from it that I go to, and I always see it. The
Yeah,
Maple
that's-
Street Biscuit Company or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Fire, dude.
So you go there first.
Yeah.
I've
and
not
then-
gone to Holistic Connection for the
Be
record.
like,
No,
and then you eat.
Yes.
That's how it
Yes,
works.
yes.
Yeah.
The munchies
Oh, I
kick
see.
in. and
I
yeah.
don't-
There's
Yeah.
an order
Yeah.
of events.
Yeah.
I've heard because I've never partaken
No.
myself.
I mean,
I'm being serious.
It
I have
can,
not.
uh,
yeah,
But
same rumors
can-
at Jericho's.
Yeah, I heard these rumors.
Scott and I
Hilarious.
wrote with this artist named Elena the greatest song called "He Don't Like Me When I Smoke Weed." She sang it in a recording.
Wow.
that's
Which
hilarious.
And
is a
it
true
is
story of Elena and her husband. 'Cause-
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And
Oh, no.
but the greatest part, we're into the bridge now. He don't like when I smoke weed. Or something like Mary Jane and me. She's jealous of Mary Jane and me, that kind of thing.
It's awesome.
So we're looking for
Oh,
this.
that's great.
We were trying to wrap this bridge up, and the lines that we had were, I must admit, I was kind of high on the day that we got hitched, floating down the aisle. Now we're looking for a word, and Scott pops out in "Wedded Can of Bliss."
Stop it.
Snacks all around.
Yeah.
Can we
Scott.
snap?
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
snap for that?
Yeah.
Can we clap for that?
Yeah.
That's the writer this
Scott
guy is right
Barrier.
here.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
good.
Wedded
It just-
Can of Bliss.
Icon.
Yeah.
Sherry Little. Hey, so Sherry Little says like small world.
Hey, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sherry Little, singer from the Heels. Yes. So yeah, she identified the correct guest. Yeah, it was somebody on the
Wow.
Heels.
Oh my gosh, what
Yeah.
a super fan.
We have a super fan out there. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, I wrote
Wow,
with the
appreciate
Heels.
love you.
Gosh, I wrote with the
Nice.
Heels like I think it was last week. Got like a fire song. It was,
Yeah.
they're so good.
They're awesome.
I
They're
love
fun
them.
to write with. Yeah,
They're so
we were
cool.
writing with them.
I wrote
too.
with their guitar player, Ben Click.
Oh, period.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I
really good.
love him.
He is amazing.
We were talking
I was in
about
the
him.
studio with him. Was it this week? Was it last week? At some time in my life, very recently,
pretty
I
amazing.
was
isn't he?
in his house recording demos. Yes.
By the way, Heels, we want you on the podcast. We've exchanged emails and stuff, but we never set a date. So, please let me
What
know.
does that say about us that we got him on ours? What,
Yeah, we
Because
got
you
him.
guys-
We got him.
You guys are fire.
Podcast
You're
beef
fired.
happening right now. I know.
No chicken beef.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I tell you, we will put in a word. We'll put in a
thank
word.
you.
I will too.
Yeah, three words.
Because
Three
they're
of
awesome.
them.
They're really
Yes.
great. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sure they
sweet.
would love to be on
They
your
would.
super
They would.
popular podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure
Yeah,
they would love
dude.
to be on it.
Yeah.
I mean, from our couch, it's up. So yeah. So,
You guys kick ass. You do.
This is the rocket. This is the rocket station. This is where people take off from.
Get it, girl.
Yeah. It had to happen.
That's so hilarious.
Thank you.
Oh my
then I
God.
gotta make
Yeah,
a face.
You were way more on top of that. That's great.
Davey Downer.
So yeah, Zoe Miles.
Hi.
Tell us about your life and your choices.
So
Girl, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. I don't even know. I'm just existing. It do be like that. Yeah. Also, if you don't know, Olivia's literally like my best friend in the world. So like, this is so
Yeah.
fun.
Hey,
Just to be
that's
here with
great.
all
That's
my
great.
great friends, and it's just so
Yeah.
much fun. But I say that because currently we're preparing for. I'm releasing a new single, probably like within the next month or so. It's called "I Said It." She was a co-writer, also co-producer on it.
Excellent.
And dude, she's amazing.
Did you
But-
produce it
thank you.
together?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah,
Excellent.
We did.
Great.
We
very
did.
Good, very good.
And do you
I
have any thoughts? Do you want to
About the song?
elaborate a
It's
little bit?
great. Listen to it when it comes out.
Yes.
No, I think that you had like
The
just
idea,
a little,
yeah.
little idea, and then we wrote it out, and then she sent it to me. I, did some magic.
Yes.
Sent it back, and she's like, "Great,
Yeah.
here we are."
Here we are.
It was honestly came pretty quick, but I feel like I don't know. Sometimes the best songs come fast, and sometimes the best songs you gotta like you hate it for a while, and it
Yeah.
takes a while, and then you love it. This
yes.
was one of those like
Oh yes.
really
Yeah.
quick,
That's fun.
awesome
That's nice when they
vibes.
when they pour out like
we
that.
wrote
Yeah.
it, I think, February last year, and so we're just because I've been working on like the entire album and stuff. I have a 14-song album that I'm working on getting finished, mixed, and put out this year, hopefully.
Yeah.
She's helping me throughout that entire process as well. This girl's my rock, but it's just it's
My
so
heart.
cool to just
That was
do it
very
with your
nice.
best friend. It's
Did
so
you
cool.
meet after you moved here?
Yes, so
Okay,
we
so you're
met.
like
yes,
fast
we're-
friends.
We
We're
met at a
fast friends.
round.
We did. We
Best
met
friends?
at
Yeah.
Sam's Jams.
Yeah,
It
Virgin
was.
at Virgin Hotel.
Love
Yes.
Sammy Jo.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
incredible.
yeah, yeah.
Love
She
her.
played there one time. I played
Yes.
around with you one time.
Yeah, it was
Zoe.
us two, and I think Brooklyn Summer.
Brooklyn
I believe.
Summer.
Yes,
That's
it was
right.
us three.
And Scott, I
She's
think.
such a sweetie.
Yeah,
I
I
miss
think
her.
it
I haven't
was.
seen her in so
Yeah. I
long.
think it
Scott and I met at a right with Brooklyn Summer that we were accidentally. We were talking about this earlier.
got
We're
double-
actually double booked.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
that.
and that's how we met.
That's
yeah.
so
Yes.
funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now
But-
we're writing all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I write with Scott right
funny.
now more than anyone else.
It's
So
weird
cool.
how these, like you said, the channels, they just kind of
Yeah, everything.
you fall into each
Connect.
other's lives.
You're
and
right.
it works, and you just kind of
Yeah.
move
That
forward.
is
but-
that is what Nashville is. It's like a river. You just jump in and I'm like,
Yes.
hey, I see you over there. And then you're on a tube
I
and
know
you're like,
you.
you'll float
Sometimes the
around
water's
and-
going too fast. You're
Yeah.
like, I'll come
Yeah.
back to you. I'll come back.
Yeah, don't
Did
forget
Garth
about
Brooks
me.
have a
And
song
then you
about
get
that?
flipped over.
And then
Nashville
some
is a
people,
river.
I was gonna say some people get tripped up in the rapids and they're just like F this and they take their tube and they leave.
Yeah.
That was me
You know,
last
that's,
year.
That's
That was
Nashville
last
too,
year.
I think.
So for the long timers, we just tie our tubes together.
Yeah.
Did I just say?
I'm sorry.
I think you did.
I'm loving this metaphor.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
No, it's so
Hit the
true.
button. You might as well hit the button.
Yeah,
You
that
might as
was.
well hit the button.
I liked it.
I liked it though.
I
So
thought
you
it
know
was
what?
Well,
She said we gonna dance about it.
I gotta dance.
I can't turn it off.
Plays through the whole thing.
So
Every time we play this, we have to
Sorry,
listen to the
my
whole
bad.
thing.
I did not know that.
You're good. You're good. Whatever.
Iconic.
So anyway, as soon
Sorry.
as I said it, I went,
having so much fun.
"Whoa, whoa, I just said that. I can't believe I just said that." So anyway,
Hey, man.
the inner
So the
tube-
name
There are
of
worse
the name
things
of
you
the
could have said.
episode.
There are worse things
We
you could have
tied our
said.
tubes together.
You know, Scott. Not everything is for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I personally thought it was great.
Thank you.
Keep being you.
I thought it was funny. I laughed.
It was iconic.
Okay, sweet,
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no,
This
my
side of the
tube.
couch liked it.
My
so.
tube flipped me upside down last year. Everyone has their own tubes
Yeah.
in life. You know what I mean? You just
all tubed.
in some ways.
So
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Hey,
How many
man.
other people were thinking what I was thinking?
I don't
Okay.
even know. I'm just saying
man.
whatever at this
I
point.
I actually had a disc jockey that worked for me when I was program director in Cleveland, who had a really bad cold, and he came in and he says, I can't hear much because my fallopian tubes are clogged."
Oh no,
Bro, wrong
no.
part of the body here, bro.
I don't
Yeah,
think
You didn't correct. You didn't correct
You
him.
didn't?
You don't got those.
Was
Yeah.
this on the air?
No. This
wow.
was in
That would've been
But
hilarious.
he is also the jock who, on the air one day, said, "Checking birthdays today. One of our great presidents has a birthday today. Benjamin Franklin was born this day in 17. Like,
Oh no.
dude, when was Benjamin
Whoa.
Franklin president? He was president.
No, I don't think he was president.
Check that.
No.
He is on
Google
the
says
money
that
though.
He
It's
definitely
pretty close.
invented a lot of stuff. He
I
did
think-
a lot of things. But
Oh, he was a notable figure
Yeah,
for sure.
very
notable
Was
figure,
I?
but-
Absolutely
No,
not.
I think one time I was talking to somebody and I was in the middle of making mac and cheese. And I was like sending a voice note, and I like, do you remember me telling you this? And
I
I was
don't know.
sending a voice note. I tell her everything, so I'm like, do you remember this? I'm sending a voice note, and I figured out how to do it hands free. And I was like, I feel like Benjamin Franklin whenever he discovered electricity. And I was like, wait, that's not right.
Yeah, I don't think he discovered that. But
Hey, at least
I don't
you,
think so.
at
was
least
that
you caught
Edison?
it though.
That was Edison, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Edison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
Well,
I'm
he did
self-aware.
fly.
Catch
They
it.
Don't
always
even
said
get
that
me
he
started
threw
on
the kite
Nikola
with the key
Tesla.
on it.
Yeah. Oh,
And the
yeah.
lightning hit the
Electricity,
key,
right?
and so he kind of.
Wait, did he get struck by
technically,
lightning?
yes. No, he had a key in a glass, and he wanted to
Oh,
see
yeah,
if he
yeah.
could capture lightning,
Oh.
and if there was a way to capture lightning.
Capture it in the jar.
Yeah.
I would do that.
That's
And
pretty
he
funny.
had a kite.
That's pretty funny.
And he
He had a
had
kite.
Yeah.
but kite with some kind of wire.
Yeah.
And he wanted to see if it'll hit the kite, go and hit the key, and it did, and lit the key up to see if he could capture the lightning.
That's interesting.
So yeah. And I don't know. He was trying to prove electricity. I don't
Wait,
know.
is that the lightning in a bottle thing? Is that what that is?
I believe that is.
Is that where that comes from?
I'm with you.
That might be where lightning in a bottle comes from.
Okay.
It was related.
It was very related because he
It's very related.
he was trying
You're
to
not
prove
wrong.
it's a thing.
Okay.
He just didn't know how to turn it into.
So technically, I was
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Technically, you were right.
Yeah.
I was sticking up
Okay,
for
we'll
you.
give it to
down
you.
here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're fine. You're good. You got your metaphors in a row.
I mean, it's not like those guys invented electricity anyways. Electricity always existed.
Invented
It always
electricity.
existed, so, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
He discovered, let's say.
Yeah.
Yes.
In a modern context, he discovered it and figured out a way
Harnessed.
to harness it and
Yes.
channel it and
Yeah, try to.
Yeah.
turn it
Have you ever
into
read
something.
stuff about Nikola Tesla and all this?
Yes.
She
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
saying.
My
yeah.
God.
Yeah, I was
What-
like,
what is
don't
there
even
to know
get me
about
started on
that?
Tesla.
What's there to know? I
The
want to know.
lore?
We could all have
Well,
free electricity
I
today.
did recently say, yeah, Tesla did it, and they're like, the car? I'm like,
Oh, honey, no.
Oh, no.
Honey, no.
no, you know,
No, Nicola, baby.
yeah, you
Yeah.
know, he
Brilliant.
He only like was way ahead of the world with
He was.
ideas.
Way
Only
ahead.
Nikola Tesla. Like,
Wi-Fi.
I just know like the Tesla coil, right? Isn't that the crazy
Right.
thing that
Yeah.
shoots out
Alternating
the?
current, was it not?
Yes.
Alternating
Oh, okay,
current.
yeah. I mean,
He
that's
was-
part of why we're able to do this right now, right?
Yes.
Is because he figured that out.
Yeah, he was in a
Yeah.
fight with, was it Edison that wanted the DC? Was that who
Yes.
did it?
Yeah.
He wanted,
Oh.
he
Yes.
wanted alternating current. He
Do
just-
you know how I learned this? From Drunk History.
Drunk history.
That sounds
Do you
like
know that show?
I
love
remember
that
It's
that.
from
I
a
loved
while ago, but I don't know if they still do it.
I
But
don't
it's
think so.
so funny. They
It
get
was funny.
they get
Yeah.
these like historians
It's a
so
great show.
drunk, and then they have them talk about what they know.
Actually, what it is
So-
they're not historians.
Oh, they're
and they-
not?
No.
Sometimes they're celebrities and stuff.
They ask them what do you
False
wanna-
advertising.
What do you like? What do you like in history? They're like, well, I think I kind of like
Oh,
Edison.
I thought these were
and then
professionals.
then they give them the story,
lied to.
and then they have to retell the story.
It's so hilarious.
Drunk.
So it's kind of
It's
telephone in a way. It's like
Yeah.
they tell them
Yeah.
the story and then they have to, as they're drunk,
Drunk.
It
tell
is so
what it is.
funny.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah,
funny. I
it's
gotta
I
check
bet you
that
can
out.
still find that on YouTube.
It's
Absolutely.
Check it out.
Absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant.
Very fun.
And
Why have I never heard of this?
You should see it because while they're talking, they like, pan away. Actors, like common actors, are like playing it out. And
Yeah, they
so-
replay the scene,
so-
like to
Yeah,
what the
that's
drunk
right. That's
person
right.
is saying.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
For example,
What the drunk person is saying.
So there's like sometimes there's some
Yeah.
wildly inaccurate things that are happening,
Yes.
and then the actors are playing it up in a
Yes.
comedic
Yep.
way.
Yep.
That's so
And
That
funny.
sounds great.
While they're acting, they're waiting to hear what the person's going to say. So
Wait, they're
Yeah.
improvising
Improv.
it.
while they're talking.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So they're improvising. So the drunk person goes, so, and then the actor will go,
Lich.
That's great.
Oh, that's funny. Improv, I don't know how improv people do it, but
Me neither.
there was a troupe in Los Angeles called the Improvised Shakespeare Company.
I've heard of
And
that.
these guys were insane. Like you'd go and it was hilarious. This like medieval music would play. This very dramatic. Exactly. This dramatic dun 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 dun. And these guys, they would be standing in their like medieval attire, like all evenly on the stage, and they're standing like proud as the show starts. And it's so funny. They're just like, we need to know the title of this play, and so people would shout stuff up from the audience. And one of
How
them
cool.
that I attended like 2 or 3 of them, and one of them somebody yelled out "Life Alert!" and and so
Yes.
somebody. The play was called Life Alert, and
Wow.
I kid you not, these guys they were a full 2-hour play with like 3 acts.
Wow.
They were improvising in iambic pentameter. It was,
oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
Those are
crazy.
big words for Elmo.
and then the thing that was
With
so
rhyming couplets at the end.
and they
of
were
it.
doing all the stuff.
Yeah.
They were even doing like the in between the like the prelogues or whatever they call like the things, the
Yeah.
introductions to the
Yeah.
sections. And
Oh, wow.
the Life Alert one was so hilarious because it's like the whole like I've fallen and I can't get up, right?
Right.
He waited. Of course, in this play, every one of the plays they do, everybody dies, and like and there's all this drama.
As it is Shakespeare.
And exactly right
Well,
as
everyone
there's in
dies in
Shakespeare.
general.
This is true,
Sorry.
but in
Wow.
but in
Oh, wow,
that
Shakespeare,
got
it
deep
tends to
real
get
quick.
pretty dirty,
Okay,
pretty.
I felt that down in my tubes.
Yeah.
They're all
resist.
tied up. You tie.
You guys cover it all in the
tied
show.
up.
I love it.
Like you said, it's coming back around.
I'm telling you.
Well,
Anyways, continue.
as far as their timing, it wasn't even that interesting. But as far as the timing, it goes through the whole play, and everybody was waiting because like after a while, I was like, when is he going to say I've fallen and I can't get up?
Right.
And they
It's the
waited
punch.
until like 2 lines before the play ends
No shot.
And at the perfect moment. I've fallen and I can't like whatever. I can't remember how they did it, but it was like
closed.
it was so perfect. And then like the whole thing ended, and I don't know if you can check them out live. I don't know if they still do performances, but it was
That's so cool.
so cool. And I am just in total awe of people that can do
could never.
improv too.
I-
Talent.
I
That
could.
is
Yeah, I would just be
huge
so afraid that I would just like say something stupid or
Yeah.
like put my foot in my mouth or just forget what I was gonna say or
Yeah.
things like that.
Wow.
I took improv whenever I was like 11, 12 because my friend was in theater and like she was in public school at the time. I was getting homeschooled. But she was like, oh my God, we should do like, there was this thing called CYT back in Texas. It was like Christian Youth Theater. So she was like, oh my God, like we should go and take acting classes together. So I was like, okay. So I get there. I have no idea what's going on, right? Undiagnosed autism. I'm overstimulated as heck. Okay. So we get there. And I just don't know what's going on. They put us in an improv class. Mind you, I thought we were doing like actual like acting, right? So we get in there. I'm around all these other like theater kids. I haven't acted a single day in my life. Like I don't know what's going on. I don't know how they do it, but like respect to improv people. That's my point.
yeah,
It's like,
for
hey,
sure.
It's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I get put on the spot like that, like in an improv situation, I freeze. Like I literally,
Yeah.
it's like say something, and I'm like, my
Not
mind
easy.
is blank.
Yeah, I can't
It's
think of a
totally
thing.
blank.
It is.
Yeah.
I think for the people who do the improv stuff, it's just completely the opposite. They just say
Right.
whatever's on their mind. Like I remember this guy who I worked a job with, and he happened to be an improv guy, and he did this comedy show, his own show that was called like Letters to Kobe, which is like Kobe Bryant, like the NBA player.
Yeah.
And so what he did, and I don't know, this probably weren't real letters, but like he had like a stack of letters that he claimed were sent to Kobe's like fan club, but they weren't delivered to Kobe. And so he had like this stack of letters, and he was just reading through that. He put one letter up on like he had one of those things where like, I don't know how he came up with this idea, but like
Projector-like
he
thing?
would, a projector,
Yeah.
and he put the letter up so you could see it, and half of them were like these super like over the top, like, oh, I love you so much, Kobe, I want to marry you, like things like that. And he's like on the spot, like just having all this commentary about it. I'm like, how do you do that, dude? It's,
know.
and I was just dying. It was just so funny. Like
So clever.
Man,
people who have that skill, it's just I'm in awe of them.
Same.
Yeah,
Fun.
me too.
Fun fact
so-
about
I'm in
my
awe.
crazy weird family. So my
We love
parents
lore.
were both theater majors in college.
All right.
My mom did not end up finishing college. Then my dad went on to be a PA and go in the Army, and he put all that behind him. But as kids growing up, we would do scenes from a hat, which is on Who's Line, and we would just
Oh,
pick
no.
one random thing.
Oh
We'd
my
write stuff down on a piece of
gosh.
paper. We'd play
So
improv,
cool.
and
Oh, cool.
my older brother, he is like insanely gifted actor. He can improv anything. I mean, he is one of the most hilarious humans I've ever met. But yeah. I mean, I can play along, but I will never be at his level. He's just brilliant. It's ridiculous.
That just makes me nervous thinking about it.
It's so much fun, though. It's
I am
so
also
much fun,
nervous.
It is so
though.
much fun.
So nervous. But I am still fascinated by the whole Shakespeare thing. So
Yeah,
Nice.
Shakespeare
Yeah.
thing's cool.
That's
It was
unbelievable.
great. You got to check some clips out at least.
Yeah.
I know they got some stuff up on YouTube somewhere.
I just want to know.
Improvise Shakespeare, everybody.
Yeah, but did he really like just say I've fallen and I can't get up, or did he say something?
Oh,
like
it was
Shakespearean?
It was set up in the
I gotta know.
perfect way.
gotta know.
Like they
I don't
all knew
remember
it
the
was coming
context
to that point.
but it was set up in such a way where it was like the ultimate punchline to the entire play.
Okay.
They somehow did it.
That
Like
is so
Okay.
cool.
and it was seamless. Like I think with the exception of one time, there was one guy who wasn't improvising in iambic pentameter, which is
Yeah.
crazy. It was like ba da ba da ba da ba da ba. Like it's all like
Yeah.
this certain flow to the
Oh,
to the
yeah.
language, and it was just seamless. Like I was like, how do you do that? And
I
and
don't know.
talking in Shakespearean language too. They
Yeah.
weren't just
Right.
like it was like
I
it was
wanna
crazy.
hear
That
him
is
yell that out.
nuts.
It was nuts.
I've been
Wow.
strucketh, and I shall not rise again. Like, what do you say?
I'm gonna get that tattooed on my feet.
I hit the wrong one.
Wrong button.
I'm gonna dance
I'll
about it.
dance for that.
We dance.
Scott
I can't
Barrier,
dance.
everyone.
Thank you
Scott
very much.
Barrier.
I thought you did
Scott
great.
Barrier.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Had the moment. Yeah.
No, I get it. I became a DJ so I wouldn't have to dance to him.
That's
But you know,
so funny.
you know, what got me thinking. We're talking about songwriting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good song, I think, is a lot like a good joke.
Yeah.
Just think about it. You get people thinking, and you pull. By the time you find that twist, right, so that you can pull that rug right out from under them, and they go,
Yeah.
"Oh, wow, yes, the house that built me. I get it now." You know,
Right.
you know what I
Some of
mean?
the best songs they do that. It's like it's an unexpected punchline.
Yes.
And you're
And
just
it-
like, ugh.
Yeah, it hits you.
right there.
In the
You know,
gut.
Yes. Those are the best songs that
They really
stab
are.
me, like
sure.
in the heart when the
It
hook
is-
hits. Those are my
Yeah.
favorite. I will never forget when I was driving, listening to the radio, and the song "Marry Me" by Thomas Rhett came on. I hadn't heard it before, and I love him. Such a brilliant writer. And literally, I'm not going to give it away, but literally when the hook hit, I screamed.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Because
Understood.
the way he just go listen to
I
it. The
thi-
way
You
he
gotta
sets
listen
you
to it.
up.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think everybody's heard it by now, so you can give it away. I think
Nope,
it's okay.
go listen to it. I'm
I
not
haven't
ruining your
heard it.
moment. I'm not ruining your
I don't
moment.
really know country music that well. I've been
Okay.
listening to a
You
bunch
gotta
of
go
it.
listen
but
to it.
I'll check it
After
out.
this,
I'll check
when
it
we
out.
get off
gonna
air, we'll
listen to
play
it.
it so I can
Okay.
see your
It
face.
sounds good. We call those drive off the side of the road songs.
I almost did though.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
it-
so
it happens.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
The one I wasn't ready for, Lee Bryce, way back when, because you know all these things about trucks and everything. They're always like, "Hey, I'm on
Yeah.
on the
Ooh.
tailgate." She's in
Yeah.
her Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Thought
Me too.
I Drive Your Truck was going to be that.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
So I was not. I
In
was.
the
Yeah,
fields.
that was.
I was.
In the
And you know,
fields.
that
That
was
one's
such a
deep.
well-written song.
And
Oh
I
my
did-
gosh.
And I did have to
Incredible.
pull over. I could
Yeah.
not believe it. What
Yeah.
I was hearing.
I know.
And I was
Chills.
like, thank goodness it's just not another Daisy Duke
Yeah.
drinking on the tailgate, drive your
Yeehaw.
truck song. I was
Yeah, the
like,
details in that one are
God.
really
brilliantly written.
specific.
And- yes.
and
You know
awesome.
they lived it.
Specific but general.
It's so real.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so actually it came from one of the writers was listening to like NPR. And it was a father whose son was killed in battle. And he said, I keep his stuff. I keep his stuff. And it's like, and he talked about the things that he'll just like pick up just so he can like feel his son again or like feel like he's in his presence. And so she started crying and she pulled over. And I can't remember her name. Sorry.
I think it was Jesse
Sorry.
Alexander.
Is it? Yeah.
I think
it
Of
was.
course it was.
and
That
so
brilliant woman.
She started crying. She pulled over and started writing the lyrics on the side of the road.
Wow.
So for her own pull on the shoulder song, she had to pull on the shoulder,
to write
start
the song that
writing
you
and then
pull
you
over the
pulled over on the shoulder.
Yeah, and
listening
then we
to
all
it.
pull
Wow.
over on
Yeah.
the shoulder,
Wow.
and then we get
Crashing.
taps on the
You
shoulder.
know, there's this
Wow.
movie out there called, and I believe it's all about the song, this NSA movie where they tell that
Oh,
story.
I've heard of that.
And they
Yeah.
take them in and they meet that guy and they bring the song in. And
yes.
it's just so,
What?
it is
Yes.
so amazing.
Yeah.
You can't
Yes.
watch it without crying. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Yep. So that was one of those moments.
Man.
I'm pretty jaded at this point. I've heard everything. I've been here long enough. You know, I've like heard
Very
it.
few surprises, right?
Yeah. No, it's hard
Yeah.
to. It's hard to really like
Yeah.
go through this Teflon jaded exterior.
I don't know. I feel like
Anyway.
the more country songs I write, the more I cry. I don't know. The more
That
I'm
is so
crying,
true.
and the more
Valid.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and get touched by songs in ways that
Yeah.
I never really expected to be.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. I feel like there's a depth to country music that I've never really, never really took country music that seriously before. And
I didn't either. I'm gonna be
and-
so real. I'll use the word hate.
Yeah.
I hated country music before I moved here.
Honestly,
I
same.
moved here. I mean, I make like pop. I would call it pop fusion. Sometimes
you're
there's
like
a little
Yeah.
Pop
hints of
R&B,
things that here and there. But I
jazzy.
came here and I'm like, I just want to find the pop people. I don't want to listen to country, but it's everywhere. You hear it in the grocery store, like
then it
it's
grows on
literally
you.
everywhere.
It infects
And then the
you.
more you listen
Yeah.
to it, I agree. I've really grown to love it. I don't have an extensive knowledge because it's still kind of new to me, but I
Right.
agree. It's like the more you listen to it, you're like, wow. I mean,
Yeah,
this
good
is
stuff.
like
Yeah.
some of the best songs I've ever
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
are country
just
songs.
the best
So-
stories, the
Yeah, it's
best
the
stories, the
storytelling.
best
It's the
stories, but also
storytelling.
it's
It is.
more than just the storytelling. It's also the craft is I feel
It
like
is.
exquisite. I feel like the craft is the internal rhyming, the rhyme
Yep.
schemes, the intelligence behind it. Even
Oh, yeah.
even the ones that are like quote unquote dumb hits. It's like
Yeah.
there
They're
is
they're
a
really smart.
there's
Yeah.
a really intelligent way in which they're put together, and obviously the hooks are amazing.
Yep.
Amazing hooks, and then you get so many of these songs. Like, I mean, I just seem to get hit by them like pretty frequently now because I'm like discovering a bunch of music that I never even knew before, but I'm getting hit with these songs where all of a sudden I'm like kind of tearing up and I'm like, wow, that's because I really relate to some part of that story.
Yeah.
And I come from like a middle of nowhere like farm, and so there's like an interesting kind of connection with that where I'm kind of reconnecting with a part of myself in a way, just kind of that whole, out in the country kind of vibe. And
Right.
and it's been great.
It's more
been really
real.
great.
I think that's why people relate to it, because it's coming from like the viewpoint of everyday people.
Yeah.
And not trying to be some elite or something like
You
that.
have to be
Yeah.
authentic today. It has to be authentic, right?
I have a question
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
I have a question for everyone here.
Okay.
Who are y'all's favorite songwriters at the moment or of all time? Like just
Well, Dave Linehan, Olivia Gunn,
Scott Bailey.
John Jameson, Jericho.
Jericho, yeah.
See, there you
Oh,
go.
man.
Those are my
That
favorites,
was easy.
yeah.
You just
easy.
underhanded
second
slow pitch.
that.
That was easy.
Well,
Yeah.
Jesse Alexander, we already
absolutely
said.
amazing.
I love Charlie Worsham.
Period.
I love Taylor Swift.
Yes, girl.
John Randall, who's married to Jesse Alexander. I don't know. There's did I say his name wrong?
No, not at all.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all.
You made a face.
I randomly make faces. It's just
Okay.
a thing.
It's just
So
a
don't remind me.
Scottism.
Yeah, it is.
Scottism.
It is.
Scottism.
There's so many more I'm forgetting, but
So yeah.
Love it.
Anyway. Well, I mean, there's too many to count
Yeah,
Yeah,
there really
there's so
is.
many.
that
It's
I've
crazy.
followed, but there are a couple. That's the big question. That's probably the next good question. Like, who would you want to write with? Like, who's that one? There are so many.
Yep.
I've got a long list. I think I'll be dead before I can even get to the end of it.
I have like a vision board like hanging like by my like desk, so I have like my music computer and I have like my gaming computer and I have like a whiteboard thing, and like I have the writers I have on there are Jenna Andrews, Steph Jones. There's a guy named Kinetics. He goes by Kinetics, but his name is Jeremy. I worked with him forever ago, but he's done stuff with like Madison Beer and like Melanie
Nice.
Martinez, like stuff like that. So those are like some of my top three. Yeah, Amy Allen, incredible. She does a lot with Sabrina at the moment. Love her. And all of y'all, duh. Period. Anyways,
You only say that because it's true.
yeah. I only
Funny.
speak
You
the
guys
truth.
are awesome.
Fact.
Well, who's your? Who?
I always
who's your
loved
vote?
Jeffrey Steele, the way he could. I mean,
he's a great one.
He really helped change things.
Yes, he did.
Man, there's just so many. Gosh, I think back on the people that we had on the podcast. Tom Douglas is just so
that would
so
be amazing.
brilliant, just brilliant. It's just it's like you said. I mean, how do you? It's like choosing a
don't know.
favorite
Yeah, it's
ice
hard.
cream flavor.
yeah, how do you narrow it down?
Ryan's
Exactly.
Tedder.
There's so many great ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
He'd
did
be
I
good to
forget
write
about
with.
him?
Ryan
Yeah.
Tedder's iconic.
Yeah, because
Wow.
since I think everybody in this room is multi-genre and they're writing
Right.
at some
Oh,
point
yeah.
in time,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's what makes it hard because
Yeah.
in all the genres you're like that person.
Right.
Yeah, this
Go
over
to that.
here, that over
I
here.
love
See, there's the
that.
thing. I hate genres, man, and we preach about on my
Same.
podcast all the time. And what I tell young artists all the time is that don't worry about genre. Write the best song.
Yeah.
Yes.
A good song is going to span all the genres, and then
Yep.
also find out who you are and be you, because there's already a Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Period.
That's
There's
right.
already
Yeah.
a Tyler Childers. Who are you?
Yep.
Bring me something different.
It's so funny you're saying this because we were just talking about this like 30 minutes before we came here.
Yeah.
Because I'm like pushing 30,
Stop
ish.
it.
And I'm like,
God.
it's my 20s have just been so full of like hurt and pain and like figuring it
Girl,
out.
preach.
Who
Girl,
am I?
preach.
And I
Lot to write
literally
about.
said I was making music. And I love all genres, being a DJ,
Yeah.
that I would make all these songs. And I'm like, that song is awesome by itself. This song is awesome by itself. And I'm like, I want to make an album. And I listen to all the songs together. I'm like, this is not cohesive. And then I had like a total meltdown. Like, am I a terrible artist? Like, I
No.
really was freaking out. Like, I had to take
And
a couple years break. I'm
I-
honestly just now coming out of it. So
I think it's really easy to have a crisis of sorts around because if you don't do something the way that everybody else does it, you can feel kind of a pressure to conform to one of the things that I always struggle with is like picking one thing to do and just like doing that. And
Yeah.
it's never interested me in the slightest bit. I've always done a million things, and I've come to a point now in my career where I like to do it all, and I'd like to do it, but it's like I know that there's like for this project I want to do these kinds of songs, and that's cool, and it could sound a certain way, but I just don't think it's helpful. I don't think it's helpful to like say, oh, I gotta fit in this box. I have to have all my songs need to sound the same, or they need to, like you were talking about, they need to sound like somebody else that's already out there that you can never do, because you don't have the team that they have, you don't have the life experience that they have, you don't have the facilities that they have, or the whatever the players that they have around. It's like it's totally different situation.
Unique. You are totally unique.
You're the only you.
Yes, you have something that they don't.
That's right.
And that's something that I think a lot of people really miss out on, is that we all bring something to the table that is completely unique, and maybe we're just not the best at identifying what that is and acknowledging it, but it's absolutely true.
That's what growing is all about, I think. It's self-discovery.
Yeah.
And that's on period.
Yeah.
And there are certain elements that you don't want to get rid of, because when I moved here, I love writing anthemic choruses.
Yes, you do.
I love writing anthemic choruses. Those are the songs that it doesn't matter the genre. That's what I always like, was a moth to flame.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I moved here and I was starting to meet with publishers, they're like, we stopped doing anthems. Songs that are anthemic in country music, and I was like, well, I'm a former rocker. I guess
Everything
I'll go back
comes
to rock.
around.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And so now there's anthemic songs everywhere. And I'm like,
Exactly.
it only took all these years, but I'm now hitting my stride, or maybe it found me. I don't know. But that's the thing. There are certain things that you do where they'll say it's outdated, or whatever. Don't let go of that. Keep that.
Everything.
Keep it.
Yeah.
I mean, in sync, when I first started out in sync, it was all like hand claps and ukuleles. Like,
Dude,
that was like,
I remember that era.
yeah,
I was like
the
17?
Ingrid Michaelson stuff. It was like, yeah.
Ingrid Michaelson.
Yeah, it was
Girl.
Ingrid
She's
Michaelson is
great.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
She's,
She's
I mean,
incredible.
she still writes great
Wow.
songs, but like she doesn't make as many hits nowadays. But like
That was a whole era.
That was a whole era, and but like
I
I remember back then everybody's like, oh, because she had her stuff on Grey's Anatomy and it had a uke and it had some claps. It was like everybody and their mom and their dad was like going to studios saying like, hey, let's make something fun, but it was kind of missing something, right? It was kind of missing the soul, missing the like, because she does this she's really good at her in particular. She's really good at like taking these super cliche concepts and just kind of twisting them in an interesting
so
enough
sick.
way that they're great, and obviously having some great production around it. And then it's like you also can't replicate those relationships, the relationships that get
Right.
the songs into the shows. It's just like
Right.
it's hard to replicate, but then people try to do it. Everybody's trying to copycat, but eventually there will be a time where ukes are popular.
It will
again.
come
Oh,
back.
yeah,
They will
absolutely.
come
Give
back,
it,
and there's
like-
every once in a while there is songs that are like, oh, that's a uke. That's totally. I remember a 21 Pilots song not that long ago. It was
Oh,
like
I loved
3 or 4
21
years ago that
Pilots,
like
dude.
had, maybe it was longer than 3 or 4 years ago, but
Oh my God, I'm trying to think of which one you're talking about. I was such a stan.
If I would. Oh
my God. I know this song. Oh,
Something of gold.
what
What is
is
it? What's that
House of
song?
Gold,
House of Gold. I
House of
love
Gold.
that song.
Dude,
That song's so good.
Yes, they're so good.
That's
So
probably like
talented.
7 or 8 years ago, but
Yeah.
I'm in.
yeah.
I'm totally
That song's so good.
I'd give it till
Totally
like probably.
different era.
Oh, yeah,
call it.
that's right.
I call it around like 2027. I feel like that's gonna be.
Yeah, it'll make a
thing.
comeback.
That's too soon. it's way too soon. Don't say that.
Are you not a ukulele fan? It's not your
like
thing?
it. I don't know. I'm ready for something like totally different. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I feel
Bagpipes.
I'm open to that. I'm open to that.
Girl,
What?
we need to do some bagpipe music.
I'm
Do
down.
like throw some in like a electronic music like breakdown or something.
Yeah, it
Low
might be
key, that
And then
would
we'll
be fire.
chop it and
Yeah,
pitch it.
chop it and do it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I
I
like
like
it.
I'm half Irish, so I can help you
Oh,
right there.
perfect.
Do you remember not
we will
too
call
long
you.
ago, a lot of the hit songs, especially in country, was that snap tracks.
Oh,
Remember that
yeah.
one? That was a big deal?
Yeah.
Did that go? Are they still doing that?
It's honestly not as popular as
no,
it used to be.
is.
You know what's
It's out.
Thank God.
you know what's great? Steel is coming back.
Yes,
I
me
live for
too.
the steel.
Yeah.
I live for it.
And,
I'm
what's-
so glad it's back.
Oh, me
the
too.
irony is that Tootsie's just banned steel guitar
I
from
know,
their
right?
bar.
I'm sorry.
Really?
What?
Yes.
Yeah, they
It's
don't.
true.
want steel.
Why did they do that?
Well, part of it's
Stephen Smith.
part of. I
Why
know.
did he do that?
They say
Come
the
on,
stage is too
honey.
crowded.
They said
and they
it's too
can't.
crowded,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh.
Didn't make the
it's-
room.
It's outdated and it's
So
too
is
crowded.
Tootsie's on Broadway, or
Yes.
where is that?
Yeah.
Is that
That's
like
like
right
the
by
world's famous-
Roberts or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was. I don't think I've ever been inside Tootsie's. I've been in Roberts. Roberts
I've
is
been
cool.
past it.
John,
now
we have
Tootsie's-
failed you as
Yeah,
Nashville
well,
friends.
we really
Tootsie's
have,
is awesome.
because-
We
Are we
need
gonna do a
fix this.
Tootsie's like a Music
Yes.
City Writers Room outing to
Takeover?
Tootsie's?
It's a Friday night. We're going.
It is
All
an historic place here in Nashville.
All
It's
right,
got
all right.
such a history.
Yeah.
It's like the most
You have to
famous
go
bar.
there and have a $15
Yeah.
beer.
Would you
know,
like
you
to
just,
do
you just owe it to
$15
yourself.
You want to
And
give them a
pay
quick history?
$50. Let me
So they don't have a recession special there.
Okay,
All
so
right.
Tootsie Best bought this. She was a radio star. Her and her husband.
Yeah.
And in 1960, she bought it. Was just a beat up old place, and she bought this honky tonk, and she hired this guy to paint it, and he said, we want a deal. He said, okay, I got a bunch of leftover paint, and he mixed it all up and he painted it. When she came in the next morning, it was purple.
Purple as
she goes-
hell.
and she
Purple
went-
here.
Purple in there?
It's
Yeah,
purple.
it's
Like count the
awful.
whole bar. The whole damn bar.
And so
is
she
purple
said,
as
"Oh,
hell.
It's
we're going to
now-
call it Tootsie's Orchid Lounge.
Orchid Lounge.
Orchid Lounge.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Back in the day, all of the stars, because it backs up to the Ryman Auditorium, and that's
Yeah.
where
Right.
the Grand Old Opry was. So all of those stars, you couldn't drink at the Opry. I mean, that was the mother church. You know?
Yeah.
So these guys would come, and Willie Nelson used to say, it's 16 steps from the side door at Ryman
Oh my
to
God.
get to Tootsie's, and
back-
34
the
steps
back.
to get back.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
That's
Iconic.
where they all hung out and drank and did songwriter rounds.
Cool,
and
that's
and
so cool.
swap songs.
And she started feeding them too. So,
And she started because a lot of them were poor. They didn't have,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's kind of like Robert's where they make like fried bologna sandwiches
Well,
and
that's
stuff like
a total
that.
different, but
Yeah.
Different
well,
food, different food.
sounds so good right
Robert's
now.
is my favorite.
So
down there.
my
Robert's
God,
has
so good.
Robert's has this thing. At least during the
Yeah.
pandemic, they had something that was called the recession special.
Oh,
or
that's been
pandemic
around
special.
forever.
Oh, maybe.
Forever.
I thought it was something that was created during the pandemic.
no.
But
You get,
anyways,
like,
it's like
chips, a
$5 or
sandwich,
$6. You
and a
get like a
beer.
PBR,
Fried bologna.
a fried
PBR.
bologna,
Sandwich.
And a
and
fried
a
bologna.
bag of chips and a moon pie.
And a moon pie.
Yes.
You get all of that.
How'd I forget the
$5.
moon pie?
All of
It's
it.
like an adult Lunchable.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going
It
to
is.
need 3
Well, the
PBRs to
reason
wash
is-
down that. I mean, they're so
Right.
dry,
And they play old timey,
Oh, it's
like
the best. They
country
do.
It's the
music.
best. I love that. I
It's
love that
pure
place.
and delicious.
It's my favorite honky
Yes.
tonk.
That's
It
my
really
favorite.
is.
So
Yeah.
yes, the reason
We need to all go there.
the reason that's special was the special is because that's Robert's favorite meal.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know this.
Man, I love me some fiber.
I know this.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a day that I ran sound right next to Roberts in a place called Maggie McGee's, which closed. And
Got
that,
you.
that is a whole other story.
What is that now?
I don't know what it is now. All I know, I used to run sound. I ran sound,
Sound guy.
for 3 years.
Wow,
And
doesn't all.
so I
You should be doing the sound here.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I'm rusty.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
so, but yeah, if you want me to. But anyway, so that career ended when I and the bartenders and everybody showed up, and there was a thing on the door that said that the FBI has taken.
What?
Pause.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No, don't
what?
pause.
Don't
Continue.
pause.
They've taken
Quickly.
ownership of the building. There
What
was a
is
big old padlock and a chain because apparently the owner never paid her taxes.
Oh, okay.
So-
All right. So it was seized. The whole thing was
So-
seized.
Yep. So we're like,
Crazy.
"Yeah, let's go get. We're like, let's go get PBR.
Wow.
Roberts.
Yeah.
Roberts was like right here. So, but the reason I know a little bit about Robert is because I got to hang out with him a little bit before he died. He was like, really ill. And so he would sit at the way at the end of the bar, this old dude, and nobody knew it was Robert. He never told anybody, and nobody talked to him, like literally. And so I'd get off work, and there's Robert. And he had his little PBR, and he had his little bologna sandwich, and his moon pie, and all that, and that was the thing. So that's what he sold because that's what he liked. And so,
Cool story.
but I used to try to get stories out of him all the time because I was the only one that would talk to him. I leave work and he's still sitting there, and I'm like, Robert, tell me some stories. He's like, I don't want to tell you about kind of. And so he goes, but I'll tell you this. I said, and I was leaning in. Meanwhile, they're playing great rockabilly behind us. They played all classic. That was the rule too. It's got to be classic country. So that was his rule. And so so he's like, I beat Cassius Clay in the ring. I'm like, what? What'd you just say? He goes.
Repeat.
He goes, before he became Muhammad Ali, when he was semi-pro, his name was Cassius Clay. That was his name he was born with. And so he said, I got the only technical knockout on him of anybody's.
Wow.
So he was a tough dude. He was a
Okay,
tough dude back in the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so he was a
Period.
semi-pro boxer, and he was the
Never
only
knew that.
one to get
Wow.
a technical knockout on this guy.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Before he went pro, before Ali went pro, he really never really got beat, but except near the end of his career. But that was Robert's claim to fame. He wouldn't tell me anything about the country stars who would, just like Tootsie's Next Door, would slide in the back to get him when they were taking a break from the rhyme. And
He just wanted you to know his lore.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so I got the
His lore.
If I did that, I would tell everybody that I know.
Yeah.
If
That
I
is a
did that,
pretty cool story.
I should probably go on a podcast and do it. I've been thinking about that for years. Wait.
Wait.
And so, yeah, and so, but I was really an amazing privilege because, like I
bet.
said, nobody knew he was Robert,
Right.
and so I was
I never
always
knew that.
trying to ply.
That's
story
great. You
down.
got a good one out of him.
It was
really good one.
That's so
So,
sick.
so hang on. I heard lore, and you said you have a gaming setup. Are you like a
Yes.
hardcore gamer?
Dude, I'm so glad you brought this up.
And so let's
She's
talk
been
about this.
waiting
I
for
used to
this.
be. I actually decided this year I'm taking a year off from video games.
I
Oh,
had to
really?
quit.
Which is like a really tough thing for
It's
me.
hard.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
I've been a gamer my whole life. But
Dude,
I'm-
same.
so what's your
I'm
what
in
are your
ga-
games?
I'm in GA, Gamers Anonymous.
So am I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was so obsessed with gaming, I had to quit.
Yeah,
because
video games
It's
are
an
fun.
addiction.
They're so
yeah,
fun.
I wouldn't
Very
do
much an
anything with
addiction.
my music. It's like 8 hours
Yeah.
later, I'm still competing
It's
with people.
hard.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
how do-
game
you know.
too.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
What
tell me
games
about
do
your
you
gaming
geek
thing.
out
Yeah,
on?
dude.
What games
so
you like?
I grew up. My brother is 2.5 years older than me, so he introduced me to Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I think I was maybe like, oh god, how old was I? It was when in my current house, my parents' current house. I think I was maybe 11. And we were going on a road trip, and we had like this high top van. I'll never forget it. We were going to North Carolina. We had a high top van. It had a flat screen TV in it. It was awesome. And then we would like set up our PlayStation like in it, and I guess we had Wi-Fi somehow. But he would teach me how to play Black Ops 2. So started off with that, and then I just was constantly playing that. Whenever the new Call of Duties would come out, I would play those. Then I played Fortnite for a little bit, and then I stopped. And then like, cause I just got busy with music stuff. I was gigging like 3 to 4 times a weekend during high school. But so I just got busy. And then, yeah, now I'm a Fortnite girly through and through. I literally am obsessed with that game, and I kill people as Sabrina Carpenter in a pink Ram truck.
and that game, you like it's like a battle royale. You
Yeah.
go from like you drop down and there's like 100 of you.
Yes.
And then you're building the thing with Fortnite. You can build structures and shoot people.
Yes. Okay, so they have different game modes now. So
okay.
they have,
Thankfully.
yeah, they have.
Because I
I
cannot
just didn't know
build.
anything about
Same.
it.
All
I
these
didn't know anything about it.
5-year-olds building all these big
Oh, it's
things.
ridiculous. I'm like, what do you do with your life?
They're just like, build,
What do you do with your life? You know what I mean? Like,
And I'm on the ground like, I'm going to run behind this bush. Oh, don't look at me.
low key bush play, iconic.
My,
You can literally hide in bushes for so long.
That's true.
You can.
You
But
can.
My nephew reached a point, and Matthew, who wants to be producer, he's coming to Nashville this summer.
Period.
When he graduates, I'm gonna show him around and try to get him to get out of music. But anyway, just kidding.
That's not going to work, Scott.
I know it's
He's going to
not.
spend a day with you and be
Yeah,
hooked.
once you're hooked, you're hooked.
Yeah,
But
true.
he reached the point of building all these worlds and stuff that he had followers from all over the world,
Yeah.
Oh.
like coming into his world.
Wow.
And
That's
just follow,
crazy
follow,
cool.
yeah, follow, and like he's now 17, but when he was like 13, 14, he was doing that.
Yeah, because
he had followers.
They started making it to where you can build like game modes like in Fortnite, and they're
Yeah.
like public,
cool.
and like other people
Oh,
can
you
like
can make
play
custom
them.
game
Yes.
modes and
That's
things
cool.
like
Yeah.
that. That's cool. They
So
have an
there's-
API and stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
they have like murder mystery game modes. They
Yeah.
have like people do like Five Nights at Freddy's game modes. I think they have like a
sounds fun.
Phasmophobia type game
Yeah.
mode. But I do zero build. That's my bread and butter, my garlic bread from Olive Garden, if you will.
So what's your
will.
strategy? I know I want to hear a little bit about your strategy. So you're thrown onto a map. I'm going to tell you what my experience. I'm
Okay.
not good at first person shooters at all. But I
Really?
played them a couple times. I used to just play with my buddy, play like whatever, like Battlefield and things
Yes,
like that.
yeah.
dude,
I would get
yes.
Battlefield, and my friend, he's like, "You're the medic. It's your job to fix me." And so
Right.
he's just
That's
yelling,
the
and we're
worst
like
job.
we're like talking
Yeah.
trash to each other the
The
whole
worst
time.
job.
It's actually so much fun. I love it.
It's so fun.
That's what I like about first person shooters, like just talking trash with your friends. But like my experience with Fortnite is you get dropped on the map and you've got to find a gun first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you find a gun and then hopefully you get enough resources that you don't get killed immediately.
Exactly.
So what's your strategy?
Okay, so I play solo zero build mainly. That's like my thing. I recently I play trios and duos with some friends sometimes, but I love this. This is so fun.
I'm genuinely curious.
Dude,
like I want to hear your strategy.
I full send. I jump immediately. Like I don't wait. I either wait.
She's pretty aggressive. I've seen it.
Okay.
She's
I'm
very
so
aggressive.
if you have like
Yeah,
a
I'm an
stick,
Aries.
you'll run up and you'll just hit them with the stick.
Yeah, basically.
Kill 'em with
like
the stick.
I'm full blown Aries. I have like 4 Aries placements in my chart, so like I'm very aggressive. I love to win. I love fighting with people on the internet, not verbally, but like I love like Fortnite.
Sure.
But yeah, so I drop immediately, and then I find a gun. And then I just go to town, I guess. I don't know how else to explain
Go
it.
straight to the town square.
So you're not the one who's hiding in the bush.
No, I was.
No, that's me.
That's Olivia's
I'm
job.
running. I am running from people like her.
Yes. She's
Okay.
running from people
You're
like me.
looking in the bushes.
Right, exactly. I will say I just recently got good at it. Like I used to be really bad. Like I used to be a bush camper. Like I used to not.
It was a term.
It was
love this.
not pretty. There's
I love this.
There's so many terms for it. It's insane. It's
See, and
ridiculous.
I'm the opposite. So I like Apex. I
Yes.
was playing that for a while, which is basically the same thing, but it's a little more realistic graphics. Right now I'm on Marvel Rivals, but
Oh.
in Apex, I'm the opposite. I like wait. I literally will look at everybody jumping out of the bus or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I think that's about 75%. I'll jump, right? Then I land. I look around. I'm looking for all the other teams. I'm looking at the map. I'm looking around me.
Yeah.
I land with my team, stay with the team all the time, loot the whole place, and then I hide. Like my strategy is stealth. I will like go around and like hear other people, and I'll just chill under the building and just wait until they leave.
Yeah.
And then I run behind them and get
Pop, pop, pop.
Right.
Yeah,
I will
then
do
they're
that
gone.
sometimes if I'm like sidetracked. If I want to watch like TikTok, but I also want to play Fortnite at the same time, then I'll like pull I'll get like a full loadout. I'll get like 3 med kits, 3 50% shields, and then I'll do SMG, shotgun, and then assault rifle probably.
Yeah.
Those are like my 3, and then I have heals on the end. And then sometimes I'll just like go to the middle of the map, find a corner in a building, and I'll just like hide, and then I'll just watch TikToks until it's like
Oh
top
yeah, and
5.
you have to be in the middle. You have to be kind of somewhere in the middle of the map
Yes.
because it constricts, right?
Yes, exactly.
Like over time, it doesn't let you just kind of camp out on the
Right.
outside, right?
Yeah, but if I'm feeling like extra aggressive, then I'll jump immediately, go to the very outside of the map, find a loadout, and then I'll just start finding people and just going to town. I either get like top 5 or I get like dead last. There's no in between. But that's my strategy. Or I play Fortnite Festival, which is like Rock Band, but they have it on Fortnite now.
Oh, okay.
It's sick.
So it's like
Dude.
it's like playing music
Yes.
on Fortnite.
Yeah.
Man,
Yes.
can we talk about Rock Band for just a second?
Sure, yeah.
Because like what a revolutionary game. I'm being serious.
That's why
It
I
was
started
like,
singing.
Guitar Hero was cool. You're like, whoa, you can play guitar digitally, kind of, whatever.
By
You get what I'm
pushing
saying,
buttons.
right?
Dave's like,
It's not the same, but
By
you can
pushing
play. But
buttons,
it's a
yeah.
game, right?
Yeah,
and you have
yeah.
an actual like guitar controller, which
Yeah,
was cool.
yeah.
But Rock Band, I feel like was awesome because
was
it
sick.
expanded it. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
the
on the
kit.
drums.
Yeah, drum kit.
When you
Dude, yeah.
sing, it like literally shows you if you're flat or
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like it,
I
and
played.
it
I used to
score
play
you
that with my
on it.
friends.
yeah, my brother and I, and then my cousins Michael and Mallory, who were my cousin Mallory's a year older than me, and then Michael, her brother, is my brother's age. We would literally stay up so late at night playing Rock Band. I would be on vocals, of course, and we would literally just stay up and find like PlayStation cheat codes for like Rock Band and stuff. And I would be a singer, and then like they'd do all the other instruments. We would just stay up and play that. And I remember literally the first song, our favorite song to play. I don't know if it was the first one we did, but it was our favorite song was "I'm So Sick" by Flyleaf. It was such a good song.
Yes.
I'm so sick. I still love that song.
For me,
to
it
this
was
day.
That's What You Get, Paramore.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
And
But-
you know, way back before there was that game, you had to join a rock band
Yeah.
Actual one.
to
I wasn't born
be
yet.
rock.
play.
Or just go to karaoke
In a
or
rock
something.
You know
just-
what though? I will say I feel like it did the song selection that they had was pretty good.
It was.
They had like some classics on there, and I feel like it brought that music to people that wouldn't normally listen to it.
100%.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Like there were
Well,
a lot of
and
songs I was
sometimes
hearing
you
for
had
the
to-
first time as like
Same.
a 12-year-old
Right.
kid.
In order to unlock certain levels, you had to pass songs that you didn't
Exactly,
even hear. You know,
exactly.
maybe not a genre that you liked or things like that.
Right.
But then you're like, oh, that song's cool. You
I'm
end up
like, I'm like, paint it
Yeah.
black. Like, what is
Yeah.
this?
Dude,
So-
yeah.
right,
Then
right.
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
paint it black.
I
You
was
know,
about-
like, this is cool.
My question to you, since you said they're classics, I'm very curious. At almost
Paint it black.
30, what you consider to
Well,
be classic? Just
well,
curious.
I think maybe I use that word a little too casually, loosely. Yes.
Are we talking-
Casually,
I
if you
feel
will.
like, let
Is
me
it classic
say,
relative?
I mean-
Classic's got to be relative.
It
I was
is.
going to say I was very curious of what you
Yeah.
consider. I might have a different idea what I consider
it's
classic.
tough. I guess for me, when I think of like classic rock bands, AC/DC,
Okay.
Metallica, like the big,
Classic to me.
like
God.
classic
Classic to
meaning
me,
like
too.
big
Kidding?
names.
But
a little
classic
better.
rock
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a genre.
A little better.
I
So
was-
like,
right,
you
like
know,
I'm not necessarily saying that it's like the best song ever, but like
Yeah.
the big names that you would
I
recognize.
thought you were going to say like Yellow Card or something.
I don't know if they were on there. No,
I don't remember.
Would you consider?
No, not
Okay.
even close.
yeah, I mean, I would call like Yellow Card. That's like
No
kind of old
judgment.
school or something
I'm
like
just
that. I'd call that kind
I'm
of like
messing
old
with-
school.
Yeah,
like,
I just think like when I was
I think of like stuff from like the late '80s, '90s. That's like old school to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I feel
that's what I
like
think that
I
is.
was in
But
like
I'm
sixth
older,
grade.
so
I was
Very
in
curious.
sixth grade, like
Older.
wearing a Guns N' Roses shirt,
Yeah,
never
that's
even
what I'm
listened to a
talking
single
about.
Guns N' Roses song, and that's kind of what I'm saying. I think that rock band, I'm like, oh, AC/DC, like I recognize
Yeah,
that, but I had
okay.
never listened
Excellent.
to the music, you know.
Well, but still.
So although it's just a game and like actual rock bands are way cooler, I think
Yeah.
that it exposes a lot of people to music that they wouldn't normally listen
Yeah,
to.
That's
like,
right.
and
Totally
also
agree.
like for people like us, like it's literally the reason that I started singing in the first place because like I just
awesome.
you
It's
know
inspiring.
would sing that with my cousins, and then I was like, oh, I actually like this a lot, and then I just wanted to do it ever since. So,
yeah.
I have a funny story about rock band
Shoot.
and Ben Stiller. So,
Oh, Ben.
so I was an influencer for it just ended, but I was an influencer for about a year with Beach Waver. If you've ever heard of this company, Beach Waver,
Yes.
they invented the automatic curling iron.
Yeah.
So they have a whole like
Whoa.
hairline,
An
wonderful
automatic
stuff.
curling iron.
And the lady who started that, her name is Sarah Patempa, and she was a celebrity hairstylist. And she got a gig that she had to go like interview for with Ben Stiller to be his hairstylist to travel around for him for his European tour. I don't know what he was doing when he was touring. I don't know if he was talking or what. I don't know what he was doing. But she went to his house, you know, to like do this interview or whatever. And the interview was she had to play rock band with him.
Oh wow.
And he's like, choose your, you know,
Wow.
what are you going to be? She's like,
That's
well, I
funny.
guess
Choose your
I'll,
fighter.
it gets better. Yeah. She's like, I guess I'll be the singer, you know? So she sang with him and he's like, okay. You know, and she left. She called the next day. He's like, you want to join the band? You know, she's like, okay. And so she goes on this tour with him, you know,
That's
and
awesome.
everywhere they go, you know, he's like, you know, you gotta play rock band with me, you know. And after that, you know, this was a long tour, how it was like months or something. And so after a while, she's like, you know, I'm really getting sick of like singing this every night. I was hard to like do hair, you know. And then, you know, there's a few weeks left on the tour, and he's like, Sarah, I gotta talk to you, you know. And he sits her down. He's like, I just don't feel like you're committed to the band. But he's like dead
God.
serious. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, this isn't going to work if you're not going to be committed to the band. You're not giving it your all. And she's like,
Whoa.
okay. And so she's like, you know what? I'm not going to lose this gig. I'm not going to have beef with Ben Stiller forever. So she's like, I'm going to give it my all. So she gave her all to Rock Band the rest of the tour. And he takes his Rock Band very,
Very
seriously.
That's hilarious. That's
So-
hilarious.
And
You
his
know
dog
what
There you
though? He's a busy
Yes.
man. It's like, man, when I'm rocking out, it better be right. Right.
I had no idea.
Got to be committed to the band.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's a great metaphor for
Wow.
life.
Well,
Yeah.
It is. You got to be committed.
It's about that time.
we're all
It's about that
committed.
time.
We're all committed to music here on the subject of
What, are we
music.
done already?
Yeah,
It's time for you to
time
play us your
flies.
songs.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah,
It's time to hear some music from y'all.
I forgot we write
So-
songs, don't we?
I forgot
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Which of you would like to go first?
Now, generally, we had
There's rock, paper, scissors.
rock, paper, scissors.
It's hard to do
Situations.
with three people.
Nose
but-
goes.
Knows what? I'm not playing. So
Looks like
Dave,
he's going.
Looks like
All right,
you
I
I
guess
guess
you're going
you're playing
first.
us a song, Dave.
Dave,
I had no idea what that means. I was like,
Dave, do you
whoever-
have any serious
I'm still trying to figure out what a
reservations to going
fortnight
first?
is, you know? What's that? Yeah. So, anyway, what's that?
Are you okay with
I don't
performing
care.
first?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Awesome, awesome.
Sick.
Let's
All
have
right.
you
My mic stand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need a mic
How are we
stand.
doing this?
So the way it's going to work is we're going to try this because we
Yeah.
usually have a separate Omni mic that we bring out, but
Try
we're
it.
not going to do it this week. We're going to have somebody
it up.
hold for the guitar, and we're going to have somebody hold for the voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a couple of human mic stands
Sure.
Yes.
around you. So, I'm
I
assuming
guess-
you need a guitar, or
Yeah,
did you bring a guitar?
Oh yeah,
I brought a guitar.
Oh well, yeah. If we forgot to
So we're
get 'em
doing
out.
the
We
age
forgot.
before
Whoops.
beauty thing is what we're doing, right?
We forgot
I think you're the
to
most
get 'em
beautiful
out.
guest here.
Okay.
Just for
So-
the record. Okay.
So
Did I tell you
perhaps,
I love you?
perhaps now would be a great time for all three of you to get
Yeah.
your guitars
Yeah.
ready,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
we'll keep the
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
keep
talk.
the room warm as you're doing that.
We'll talk
Can I do it a
amongst-
cappella?
Yeah.
No, well, you could.
You could do that.
Don't worry, we'll talk amongst ourselves.
It's an option.
Yeah, so while you go and tune, and we'll talk amongst ourselves. I'm sure that John and Jericho and I can come up with something to talk
You know,
about. I'm sure we can figure something out. So
Yeah. we'll
We've
find
never
something.
had any shortage of things to say
No, not
on this
at all.
show. It's I
at
think
all.
I think it's like you bring three people who I feel like have a lot of stories to tell.
We have so
and,
many stories.
Yeah, we haven't. We could just do a solo episode one of these times.
we could, and we can.
could.
If anybody has questions about the genesis of the Music City Writers Room, like,
Maybe
how did it get started?
You know what?
John?
That's a great idea for like episode 100 or something like that.
Yeah.
Episode 100,
Yeah.
we should do some kind of
should do
way
that.
back.
some
Yeah.
kind of like just the three of us.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
should
That'd be
do
fun.
that.
So
Maybe we
uh,
do that every 50 or something like
Sure,
that.
I'm
you know?
down for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
cool.
liking your gumption there. We're talking 100 already.
Well,
We're-
I mean, I don't know. I'm
we're
still enjoying doing this. So
yeah.
you know, it's like
We're committed to the band.
as long
here.
as we're
Yes.
all enjoying doing this. Hopefully, you all are enjoying checking this out. And I want to say just to everybody who is tuned in, because it surprises us sometimes to see that there are people who have checked out previous episodes
Yeah.
and are then commenting
It's
later on it.
amazing.
And I just want to say thank you so much for tuning
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah.
And you know,
Applause to y'all.
yeah, we're building this thing and trying to make it a little bit better every single week, and hopefully we will continue to do that, and we'll get better sound, we'll get better video, and
Hopefully better hosts. You know.
yeah, I think we're stuck
Well-
with us,
KJK.
but
Yeah, I know.
we're
but
stuck with us,
You
but
are stuck with us.
the big
maybe
budget,
we'll get better.
It's because of the budget. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
the
It's
budget
the-
is
Yeah,
what keeps us
yeah.
here.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
so kind of like we're so used to working for free.
I mean, we only have so much money that we can pay Scott,
Wah,
and
wah,
then
wah.
we don't have any. There's no money left for
Which is-
Jericho and I.
Yeah, I get a
Yep.
five.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, John slips me a $5 when I walk in
Yeah,
the door. That's
yeah.
the big money that,
Yep.
that we make here. So,
That's what we're used
but,
to.
seriously. So, but
He's got the gold microphone.
I do.
He's a very special guy.
That should
I'm
be
not-
payment enough.
I'm not sure what kind of award I won.
It is our big star
the
coming
gold,
back
the
in.
golden mic.
Yes, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna
Hey, Dave, come on in. Come on
Dave,
back.
come on in,
We're
and let's get you.
Bantering.
Let's clear up this space on the couch here for you a little bit, and
Right here.
How do
would
we-
love to hear. How are we gonna do this, Scott? Are you
Should
gonna
I- I'm-
you
yeah,
gonna you
yeah.
gonna get the guitar, and
Yeah.
I'll get the
Unless you want me to just go.
Well, yeah, just use your microphone. Let's just have you use your microphone, so we don't have too many microphones that are
So
live.
you just want to go the gold, and I'll just try to find the.
Yeah,
the middle?
I'll
Find
get.
a happy spot. Welcome, welcome.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Check 1, 2. Junction. What's your function? Okay. Well,
That's a
cool.
great warm-up song. Why have I never thought of that? Schoolhouse Rock.
It always gets some
Wow.
laughs, you know. So
Them bones
So,
and
can you
bones
tell
and
us a little
dry
bit
bones.
about the song that we're about to hear?
sure, I would love to tell you about it. There was this guy a few years back named Chancey Williams, and he's doing some magical things these days. He's been playing the Opry a lot, and he was a rodeo star. In fact, there's only 2 guys that have ever ridden and played music at the big rodeo in Wyoming. Was that Frontier Days, I think?
I believe it is Frontier Days.
Frontier Days. So he cut this song and he put it on his first record. And in fact, he did it twice. He did a full band version and he did an acoustic version. And we were just so thrilled. So it was the first, BMI check we ever got,
Cool.
So
Sweet.
And then it was recorded by a group out of Houston. And I think it was recorded 2 other times. But now finally, I've got my own version. And it's coming out on March 27th.
Nice.
We recorded it in San Diego at Pacific Beat Studios with Grammy Award-winning producer Alan Sanderson, who did an awesome job, and his lovely wife, Taylin, my bestie.
Yeah, she's cool. She's fun.
She's really cool. We've
She's
written
fun.
with her.
Yeah,
Isn't she
she's great.
I love her. So, yeah, and it was just a song that started with this little riff. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
So I'm doing this, and my buddy Greg, he just starts going, baby, I'm gone. I go, what are you doing? Baby, I'm gone. I like that. Keep going. And we just kept doing that. It was really the end of the night. We were at this little, we used to play this little place called the historic Claremont Inn. So the next day I called him up and I go, Greg, I got an idea how to write this song. He goes, I said, get your ass over here. And he comes over, we sit on my deck, we're having a beer, and I said, all right, here's the story. Here's the story. This guy is in a bar getting drunk, gone. When we say, baby, I'm gone, he means he is drunk because he doesn't have the strength or the courage to leave her ass, right? And my buddy Greg, my brother from another mother, he looks at me and he goes, nah, I don't think I'd write it that way.
Oh.
So how did
I said, never mind.
Well, what did you come up with? I mean, I've heard the song many
I
times.
freaking wrote it and put his name on it, but not, then the first version, and in the second version, he helped a lot.
So, all right, well, okay.
And I love playing this out because everybody sings. So
It's fun.
you
Let's
guys
go sing along.
Sing along if you know. Well, I could fix up my old rusted truck. It just needs a new clutch. Back her down off the rack and fill her up. Man, it wouldn't take much. I'd make a left out to drive in a rack down old county road. And be heading for Texas when I make my mind up to go. And you just won't know what you got till it's gone. And one day you'll miss me when I get the strength to move on. Oh, I can be free from you here. It'll just take a couple more beers, and baby, I'm gone. Baby, I'm gone. A little louder when we get to that before. I could pack a few things and just hop on a Greyhound bus. There's a bar stool in Dallas where I can forget about us. Baby, I'm gone. And if I left right now, hey, I guess I could be there by dawn. Baby, I'm gone. I know liquor is quicker, so I line up these shots till I'm gone. You don't know what you got till it's gone. It's gone. One day you'll miss me when I get the strength to move on. Oh, I can be free from you here. It'll just take a couple more beers, and baby, I'm gone. Baby, I'm gone. Baby, I'm gone. Oh, and if you come looking for me, I don't think you'll like what you see. It's you don't know what you got till it's gone. And one day you'll miss me when I get the strength to move on. Time to move on. Oh, I can be free from you here. It'll just take a couple more beers, and baby, I'm gone. Baby, I'm gone. Baby, I'm gone. Baby, I'm gone. On May the 20th, we are going to record this in a great little bar called Betty Lou's. And if you're listening and you want to be in the video, we're going to start shooting about 1 o'clock at Betty Lou's. Look it up. It's a cool place. We got this old rusted truck, too, that they're... I put it on Facebook. I said, man, I got an old rusted truck we can borrow. And we got contacted by this lovely lady outside of Atlanta. She goes, my dad has one, and we'll bring it up. And so they're bringing that up, man, and I just can't wait. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was great. Beautiful song.
Thank you.
I forgot how much fun it is to sing along.
That was great. Loved it.
Sing along with
so
that one.
sing
That was
along-y.
great.
Yep, very cool. Very cool. All right, who's our next victim?
Yeah,
I mean, songwriter.
who's coming up next?
Songwriter.
All right.
The order that we were on the couch.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, come on over. Come on over to the couch.
He'll probably be my guitar.
Oh yeah.
And so will I be vocal? We're going to do
Cool.
the opposite this time? Yeah. Which one's the better one for singing? I guess we don't know.
I don't think it matters.
I don't know. Hello.
Find out. This is new.
I think you should switch him.
Yeah, I think we should.
Switch
I think
him,
that's
switch
the
him.
better vocal
Yep,
mic.
it is.
Think.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I'm gonna need to sit next to you in order to reach.
Sorry, John.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, I'm making sure I remember this.
Yeah. Well, while you're figuring it out, you want to tell us about the song a little bit?
Sure. So this one is called One Last Dance. And it's honestly kind of what we were talking about earlier, how I was like making all these different kinds of songs and I just felt like, who am I as an artist? And just feeling really depressed about it and anxious. So I think you'll get it when you hear the words, but it was really just about feeling lost and feeling like, well, what am I doing here? So. Oh, let me move this down actually. Okay. If I wait for the right time, I might be pushing up daisies. I'm on the edge of still water, skipping rock in my hand, but I just can't throw it. And I don't even know what I'm waiting for. What am I waiting for? I don't even know what I'm waiting for. What am I waiting for? One last chance, one last dance before I throw it all away again. Shivering, evening is setting in. I could go home, but the water, it calls me. I should go home, but I wanna roam free. Born to roam free. And I don't even know what I'm waiting for. What am I waiting for? I don't even know what I'm waiting for. What am I waiting for? One last chance, one last dance before I throw it all away again. It's a little hazy at the river, not sure if I'm a sinker or a swimmer. All I know is I'm a believer, so I don't even know what I'm waiting for. What am I waiting for? I don't even know what I'm waiting for. What am I waiting for? One last chance, one last dance before I throw it all away again.
Yeah.
Beautiful song. I'm learning so much about like what it's like to be a human mic stand too in this process.
I should have worked out.
It's a good. I was gonna say the other thing I think is like I'm really glad that I have very long arms. Like I have extremely long arms. Yeah, if I didn't have extremely long arms, it would be very awkward.
You found your calling.
I did. I don't know. Like I can sing okay. I can, I'm good at adding and doing my finances, but maybe my big calling is like holding a microphone in front of somebody's face.
It might be. What are you waiting
It might be.
It might be.
Go chase that dream.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to chase the dream. The dream is here.
The dream is here.
It's here right now. It looks like I'm going to be doing it again. Yeah.
It's like, reminds me of the Michael Scott office. So I've had this dream since lunch, and I'm not letting go of it.
Yeah, this is a big dream. Big dream. Dreaming big here.
My gosh,
we're gonna close things out
with Miss Zoe Miles.
Last but certainly not least,
Yeah,
Zoe Miles. Come here
on over and.
Here's your headphones.
But that's a good point about the microphone. It's like I should have worked out.
It's all good. We're figuring it out.
Honestly, it sounds so much better.
It does sound a lot better.
Opinion.
So even if we get stands and we just put them on the desk or something like that, I think it'll be way better than.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe we can
one
find
yay
some
high,
way.
one yay high.
Something like that. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it'll be awkward for now.
which makes for good videos, so it's okay. It makes for a good show.
Would you like to set this song up for us?
Yeah, dude. So, hello. So, this one, I actually wrote this with Miss Olivia Gunn over here. We wrote this about a year ago. And it's so funny because I'm not this type of girl, like, at all. Like, in the song, it's just, like, a sassy song being, like, talking to a guy that you like, but like he's with someone else, and like you're like, I could give you so much better. Like I'm a girl's girl through and through. Like I don't talk like that. But we were like, you know what? Let's just write a fun, sassy song being like, I could give you so much better. Yeah, I said it, and that's what we did. So this is gonna be coming out hopefully within the next month. This is actually like the first time I've like actually like announced it and played it like on the internet for people. So I'm very excited.
So is this like the ultimate like inner dialogue that just comes out? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Cool.
I straight off the dome, I just say what's on my mind. But yeah, so this one's called I Said It. And yeah, also Joey DiPrizio, which is her boyfriend, is mixing and mastering it. And my entire album. He's great too.
Nice.
So, okie doke, let's do it. You look at me like no one else has before. Then it's 180 when you walk out the door. I don't know what to think, 'cause you're with her right now. But when it's just you and me, it's like we're the only ones on the planet. I'll never understand it. The way you made me feel is so unreal, so high I'm never landing. I know that you can't see it. We're something to believe in. No way I'm not feeling you like I'm feeling you. Just admit it. 'Cause this energy we got is so magnetic. Take a chance on me, you won't regret it. 'Cause I could give you so much better. Yeah, I said it, yeah, I said it, yeah. Just admit it. 'Cause this energy we got is so magnetic. Take a chance on me, you won't regret it. 'Cause I could give you so much better. Yeah, I said it, yeah, I said it, yeah. It's obvious, but you act so oblivious. I look at her and I'm like, are you serious? Got a lot of things that she don't have, just kidding. She's great, but I'm good at girl math, and that looks like me plus you minus her. Oops, I know that you can't see it. We're something to believe in. No way you're not feeling me like I'm feeling you. Just admit it. 'Cause this energy we got is so magnetic. Take a chance on me, you won't regret it. 'Cause I could give you so much better. Yeah, I said it, yeah, I said it, yeah. Just admit it. 'Cause this energy we got is so magnetic. Take a chance on me, you won't regret it. 'cause I could give you so much better. Yeah, I said it, yeah, yeah, I said it, yeah. Do you really wanna go forever thinking what if? 'Cause we both know what this is. Just admit it. 'Cause this energy we got is so magnetic. Take a chance on me, you won't regret it. 'Cause I could give you so much better. Yeah, I said it, yeah, yeah, I said it, yeah. Just admit it. 'Cause this energy we got is so magnetic. Take a chance on me, you won't regret it. 'Cause I could give you so much better. Yeah, I said it, yeah, yeah, I said it, yeah. Just admit it. Yeah, I said it, so why can't you?
Yeah, there we go. And that's it. That's the Music City Writers Room podcast.
Dave, come on back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're here every Friday night. We are here, and we are here for your entertainment.
Can't see you, Dave. Come
We
back,
will
Dave.
see you next time.
All right, y'all.
Everybody, until next time, have a good week, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 and it's over.
Good night.